Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is Josh with American AF Dumpster Rentals in Lancaster, Texas. We have leased out our commercial buildings, so I am here to take this sign down. Pretty much garbage. I don't know what happened here. Oh, this one got, look at that, it got stabbed and got, that's awesome. But won't be reusing this anytime soon, hopefully, so let's go ahead and throw it away. This sign saved me about $14,000. So a $300 sign saved me 14 grand because I was able to lease this ourselves without having to hire an agent, and the agent would have cost me about 14 grand. They charge a pretty penny. So yeah, a $300 sign, I'll do that every day, every time. This knife is not sharp. There we go. Can you imagine $14,000 just to put up a sign and show the building off a couple times? That's crazy. Just like a real estate agent, well, I mean, they are real estate agents, but just like if you sell the house, they wanted like 6% of the total amount of revenue over however long your lease is. And I think it would have been more. I got to do the math because we did a 5-year lease with a 5-year renewal extension. And yeah, that would have been a lot of money. That's $32,000. So I don't know. I mean, I think it would have charged me a little bit less, half of that possibly. Still, so that'd be more than 14 grand. So I think it was going to be around 18 grand if you do it times a 5-year lease. Because I think that when I did the math at first, it was over a 3-year lease, and since we finally accepted, we went with a 5-year lease. Yeah, that's a lot of money for a real estate agent to just do what I did. And it basically took me no more than 5 hours probably total between showing the property a few times and doing the paperwork. Go throw this in the dumpster. So what's nice is with this property, we decided to do a monthly rental and then triple net. So basically the tenant pays for the taxes. Obviously the tenant always should pay for their own insurance, but all we do is we collect the rent check, pay the mortgage on the property, and we'll have our own like owner's insurance. But triple net is really for a commercial property where the tenant, my CWD, not American AF, but triple net is basically, if you don't know, it's where if you rent an entire property like this, like they have control of the entire property, the tenant is responsible for paying the taxes on the property as well, not just the rent or the lease rate, but the taxes as well. So at the end of the day, for the landlord, I mean, at the rate that we were able to get this at for lease, it raises the value of the property because when you want to sell the property to an investor or something like that, they really see like how much they can make out of it. So locking in a tenant at 5-year lease is actually even better for the value of the property. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know. We still own the property, right? So we're still making a mortgage payment and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it needs to make sense for us. This right here, this building right here, you know, it's only going to go up in value. I mean, you see the freeway that we're in front of. You know, we've got 150,000 cars a day that go by here. This is a major thoroughfare. This is I-35. It goes from Houston all the way to right into Dallas. So this is, I mean, downtown Dallas is like 10 minutes that way. So at the end of the day, this is a pretty valuable property, and we'd like to hold on to it as long as we can. Let's go. Sometimes it's easier just to pull up next to it and reach from the truck than it is. I wonder if somebody brought some branches and well, I don't know. Once they cut something out, they cut those branches on the other side.
Sorry about that. Somebody come in here last night and dumped all that shit in there.
Really?
Yeah. I have no idea who done it or nothing else.
Go figure. It's all right. We'll take it with it.
If I did, I'd call them and make them pull the goddamn shit out.
Yeah, man. I figured this was. Are y'all done then? Y'all project done? Is your project done here?
This one here.
Yeah.
This one needs to be emptied and returned.
Oh, okay, okay. I got you. I'm not sure if the other guy's doing that or who's doing that. We'll get this out of your hair. Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. Oh, we have like 2 spots to dump, huh? Okay, kind of in front of the trailer's fine. Okay, sounds good. Hey, good morning. My name is Josh Roman. I'm one of the owners of American AF Dumpsters here, right down the street from you guys. I was wondering if I could talk to somebody about y'all's trash service or dumpster services. That'd be excellent. Give me 1 second. Okay. What's his email? Perfect. All right. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Cool. Just like that, I got his email address. I'll shoot him an email here in a second. Yo, what is going on, YouTube? I'm here to interrupt your regularly scheduled program to let you know that there is a new software out for all of us dumpster guys. I have partnered with the guys over at iCans. $99 a month, no contract, no setup fee, 2 months for free. I've got an awesome software that I've partnered with, icans.ai. The link will be in the description below in order for you to get those incentives. You can sign up today, test out the program, check it out, play with it, insert your assets or put in your assets in different type of dumpsters. There's some new features coming down the pipeline that's gonna blow you away. From AI assisted dispatching, online broker portals to your customer portal that I haven't had before, where a customer can literally go in there, see all their invoices, can schedule for pickups, can schedule swaps, can do all kinds of stuff. Make sure you guys check that out. The link is down below, completely free right now, so you definitely want to do it. So on Facebook, there was a post in one of the Facebook pages about getting a truck or a hook lift truck with an active PTO or without an active PTO. And I am of the unpopular opinion that I really don't care. Like, honestly, I was able to drive the first truck, my Hino, and I was able to drive that truck, which is a Mack, right there, that we still have, without an active PTO, meaning I don't have to, or I'm not able to put it in gear and activate the PTO at the same time. I think I've been here before. Get on the street though. Time to block it. Damn, I can't. Hold on, peeps. I'm almost done. Ooh, that tree looks really low. Hope you didn't like that branch. That did not sound good. Good. Oh man. Good. Like today, I did the right outside the fence a little bit over there. Oh, I like
every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, yeah. But yeah, like as long as the front looks really good, you know. Yeah.
More weedy anymore.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and start next week is good. Or sometime next week is good.
Yeah, just show up and knock it out during the week, and then just send the invoice.
Cool. That'll work.
Do that. So
All right.
2 weeks here.
Yep.
And then over there, right now, what do you want every week or?
Every week, let's stay on top of it just so we can, yeah. Cause I might have an offer, but not sure.
Okay.
But I'll let you know as soon as we don't need it no more.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you, bro. We are done for the day. About the active PTO though, I was thinking about that more and more, and it's like, I don't necessarily say a person who's buying a truck has to have an active PTO. Absolutely not. My Hino and the Mac both did not have active PTOs, and I did not at all find myself in a situation where I needed one. As a matter of fact, to be honest with you, I didn't even know there was such a thing as an active PTO at first. I really thought that all trucks were the same. Like all trucks, you know, had to be in neutral in order to operate the hook. And found out about a year after probably owning one that that's not a thing. Like you can actually put it in drive and engage the PTO. And to be honest with you, also, even though I've got trucks now, the International and the Kenworth, both my big trucks have active PTOs, meaning I can, again, operate the hook while the vehicle is in motion, at least, 5 miles, whatever. Even when I'm at the landfill and when I'm dumping a dumpster, is kind of a company policy of mine, and I've told Daniel this, and we're told Kevin too, that we don't really drive off bringing the can down. Like if you dump the can, you drop the can when it's stopped. I don't want that whole shaking, you're pulling off and bringing the can down at the same time. Only in rare occasions do we allow that, but for the most part, the truck has to be stopped. A lot of the employees or whatever, the non-owner operators like that work for the big guys, they'll go 5-10 miles an hour, the can's all shaking like this left and right, putting a lot of wear on the system, and I don't want to do that. Do I recommend somebody gets an active PTO? Sure. If you can find a truck that has an active PTO, especially for the medium duty, I'm talking mainly the medium duty guys like the Mac, the Hino. If you can find one, great. Is it a deal breaker? I definitely don't think so. I really don't think so. I did my business. I ran both trucks for over 2 years between the Hino and the Mac, 100% full time, hundreds, even thousands of deliveries, probably at least 1,000 or 2 deliveries in a matter of 2 years. And never did I ever find myself in a situation where I needed I absolutely had to have an active PTO. If I'm on an incline, you find ways to work around it. You find ways to use your left foot to let the truck roll out or roll under it. Whatever you do, it's not absolutely necessary because, again, I ran the business for over 2 years without one. So if anything, I think it makes you a better driver so that when you do get a truck with an active PTO, you know to use it. 9 times out of 10, even with the Kenworth, I'm still leaving the truck in neutral because the hook operates much faster in neutral than it does in gear. So with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Yeah.